on top of that, it's generally not how they think.
Right.
You know? I mean, look at Floyd. Like, Floyd spends money like it's a tap. Like, he's got a tap. Just like unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. All the money, you got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought. And
when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes quick.
Yeah.
Bugattis are like $3 million. There's watches that are $3-5 million. That's crazy. So you buy a watch and a car, you're down 10. That's nuts. That's nuts.
Crazy.
I remember Iran Barkley was talking about that. Iran Barkley, when he was in his prime, was hanging out with all these professional athletes, and everybody was getting diamond-crusted chains and this and that, and he was keeping up with these people. Like, you got to keep up with the Joneses. And he just found himself, like, draining all of his money. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any money.
Joe Rogan explains that Floyd Mayweather accumulated enormous wealth, but spent it recklessly on extravagant cars, watches, and collections. He neglected his tax obligations, believing his money would never run out, and eventually ended up losing nearly $1 billion.
It's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know. He was talking about it like that was the biggest detriment to him being able to save any money.
They trying to keep up.
Yeah. Which I thought was funny when I was listening to this conversation with Chad Ochocinco. He was talking about it. He was like,
his jewelry fake.
Yeah, he was wearing fake jewelry.
But who would know?
What's that?
Who would know? He's Chad Ochocinco.
Exactly.
It's
fake
like when
jewelry,
they look at him, like
flying economy. He was sleeping at the stadium, like, so he didn't have to pay for an apartment. So smart. Yeah. So clever, you know? But that's a guy, like, prepared.
Joe Rogan said Floyd shaped his public image by constantly displaying his riches, from high-priced watches to an extravagant lifestyle that sparked envy. But today, the consequences of those financial habits are becoming impossible for everyone to ignore.
Watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like, he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like, this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but I want to show you, when I show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like fucking $5 million. And so you hate him. People hate him.
He creates envy.
Yes.
Nicholas Irving claims that Floyd Mayweather burns through almost $1 million every day while constantly traveling, spending time in casinos, gambling heavily, and maintaining an extravagant lifestyle centered around non-stop luxury.
You got gambling and all, of course, the gambling, you know, casinos and all that. He lives a very interesting lifestyle, very fast paced. I think the average person will have a hard time keeping up, but it's the amount of it. You got the private jets, you got the cars. But no, he could easily spend a few $500,000, $1 million plus in a day, like easy. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, $400 million in a fight, and you put into like a high escrow or something like that, yeah, you keep pulling in really good interest. But I don't know. I know the dude can spend a lot of money like it's nothing. Like $1 million, $2 million, $5 million for Floyd in a day or a week is like nothing.
Yeah, that's insanity. I mean, it would not surprise me if all of this is hyperbole. You know, I've always looked at Floyd as a very, very smart person, not just in the ring, but outside of the ring.
Yeah.
And I say this because much of what we see, it's the show. He understood. He was in show business.
Yep.
DJ Vlad says a prominent jeweler informed him that Floyd Mayweather could be facing financial difficulties after years of excessive spending on jewelry, watches, automobiles, and other high-end possessions.
I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow,
right?
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever,
right?
And with my investments, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even selling my stocks.
Right.
So I assumed that Mayweather was in a similar spot because he made so much cash, and if you invested even in common stocks, you should do pretty well. But I mean, listen, Mayweather never flies commercial. He's only flying private.
So he doesn't own his own plane?
I don't think so. I've never seen a Mayweather plane, like a Drake plane. I've never seen that. Not to say that he doesn't. I don't know Mayweather like that. I've never.
Shiel Sonnen explains that Floyd is a boxer, and many fighters see their fortunes decline after retirement as their fame begins to fade. Their peak years eventually end, and the public's attention gradually moves away.
The money! What's wrong with that? And why are we attempting to tease Floyd? Is Floyd Mayweather? Yes, he's broke. Of course he's broke. He's a boxer. Did they say he can't read? That's not to tease him. They say that he can't read. His best friend at the time said that he can't read, and he never denied it. What boxer do you know that isn't broke? What a ridiculous question. But it's the fact that they're attempting to tease him. I mean, first off, they're asking the question. Look, I've told you until I'm blue in the face. The numbers that you hear in boxing simply aren't true. Floyd made $1 billion. No, he didn't. Floyd and Conor made $500 million. No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Nobody's ever confirmed that. Literally nobody. It's the same thing with boxing pay-per-view. Whatever boxing pay-per-view is the biggest boxing pay-per-view of all time is just whoever put out the press release and lied more than the person before them. These have never been confirmed by leadership of a publicly traded company. Who is the one that supplies the pay-per-view? It is illegal for the
WAC 100, an American music executive and manager, claims that Floyd Mayweather Jr. has faced financial struggles for nearly 2 decades, suggesting that even having $20 million could still mean being considered broke by Floyd standards.
No, Floyd, I've talked to Floyd, I've asked him questions about this. And rule number 1 is, if Floyd ain't talking about it and Floyd ain't promoting it, then it's just talk.
They're accusing him of going broke because he's looking for these fights.
They've been accusing Floyd of going broke for 20 years. Now, let's talk about going broke. Maybe down to 200 million. Maybe that's his broke. I don't know.
Maybe that's his broke.
What I do know is his homes is still there, because when he tell me to come see him, it's the same addresses. Every time he called me, there's stars on the roof. Right? So I don't know, unless somebody is hacked into this man's finances. They always accuse the man of going broke. So maybe he's...
Nicholas Irving explained that concerns about Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s finances are frequently connected to the lavish lifestyle he sustained over many years. Irving said Mayweather regularly poured massive amounts of money into entertainment, travel, and luxury experiences, spending not only on himself but also on the friends and associates closest to him. He recalled occasions when Mayweather would bring his entire entourage along for expensive shopping trips, cover private jet flights, and even rent out a whole movie theater for private showing. According to Irving, spending like this created daily costs that could quickly climb into the hundreds of thousands of dollars and, in certain situations, surpass $1 million.
If there's any legitimacy to that, like how on God's green earth could this man be broke?
His lifestyle. I've been around like hanging out for days, weeks. It's the lifestyle. Like when you got a 40-man entourage, you got other people, and you take everybody out, pay for everything, shopping, the mall, going out to eat. renting out an entire movie theater. Yeah, just to go watch a movie at whatever time he wanted. It was like the theater was closed when we got rolled up to the movie theater, and you know, you got the girls and all. Yeah, and you rent out a whole movie theater for 40, 50 plus people. I bet that bill can rack up a little.
Irving stressed that the real concern went beyond simply spending large amounts of money. It was also the absence of major long-term investments designed to protect Mayweather's financial future. Rather than concentrating on creating reliable and lasting financial ventures, Mayweather directed much of his attention toward enjoying the lifestyle he valued, gradually putting enormous strain on his overall fortune. As the years passed, the combination of non-stop luxury spending and limited investment planning helped create an increasingly unstable financial position. Irving's assessment presents a lifestyle that looked glamorous and attracted plenty of attention, yet ultimately could not be sustained. It highlights how even athletes who earn extraordinary amounts can experience financial problems when disciplined planning and sensible investing are pushed aside for immediate pleasure and excessive spending. Mayweather's situation demonstrates how personal lifestyle decisions, even for someone who reaches the highest level of professional success, can produce lasting effects on wealth and financial stability.
And I say this because much of what we see, it's the show. He understood. He was in show business.
Yep.
When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was a boxer that was doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning fights.
Mm-hmm.
But when he became Money Mayweather and changed that persona and put that marketing machine behind I live this lavish lifestyle, that's when you started seeing him make these big money fights.
Yeah.
That's when it all changed for him.
Yep.
And that's not by accident. It's not by chance. This guy's not dumb. He's not a stupid guy whatsoever.
No, and I don't think, that's what I'm saying, I don't think he's broke. I think it's a lot of, to get eyes on the...
WAC 100 gave his perspective on Floyd Mayweather Jr. and the ongoing discussions about his finances. He argued that if Mayweather is still capable of entering the ring and collecting millions from one fight, there should be no reason to criticize him for accepting that opportunity. In WAC 100's view, numerous athletes return to competition once they recognize that their names still carry significant demand. He pointed out that boxing is among the few sports where an iconic fighter can participate in exhibitions, draw worldwide attention, and bring in enormous amounts of money. From his perspective, whenever the opportunity to earn millions is available, stepping back into the ring is simply a sensible business choice.
You got $200-300 million, man, to get in the ring with, we got $150 million to get in the ring with Mike Tyson on some exhibition shit. And then 6 months later, we got $300 million for you to get in the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He look it up, he like, that's $450 million. Sometimes you miss the light. But I can guarantee you, he ain't broke. He's making a lot of sound investments. You hear me, Cam Capone?
Yep.
This I know for a fact. He's making a lot of sound investments. And the investments I've seen being made ain't the investments of someone that's broke.
DJ Vlad addressed the claims surrounding Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s finances, saying that a prominent jeweler had previously told him Mayweather could be experiencing financial pressure due to years of excessive spending. Vlad suggested that repeated purchases of high-end possessions, including jewelry, watches, cars, and other lifestyle expenses, may have consumed a substantial share of Mayweather's fortune. He also noted that more effective long-term investments might have helped preserve and increase that wealth. Vlad further argued that if Mayweather Promotions had kept expanding with major fighters such as Gervonta Davis continuing with the company, it could potentially have developed into one of boxing's most powerful promotional organizations today.
Guy told me that Mayweather is in financial problems.
See, here's the part about actually losing your money when you're on that level and you're, kind of like flossing, showing off. Nobody gives a shit. Like there are people actually praying for you to be broke. And then when you do go broke, that's what people are gonna say. Yeah. Oh, well, you should have invested better. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna give him any loans. So now, we might see Mayweather doing.
People will give him some loans.
Maybe.
Listen, he's cozying up to Israel. That's
but
not
the
an
thing
accident.
about it is, he had Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
And he was hosting a big, he had Javante Davis under his cards. And so that's a like
Yeah, but
De La
look
Hoya
what happened
does.
to Javante.
Right. So if
Arrested.
you can sustain that, you don't ever have to box again. But now has to take fights because when you floss like Mayweather, you can't go down.
Yeah.
You got to stay right there because people are gonna peep any kind of chinks in your armor if you're not wearing 3 or 4 big $1 million diamond chains.
Boxing commentators have offered pointed views on the planned exhibition featuring Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, arguing that the matchup seems to be motivated largely by money rather than serious athletic competition. Several analysts note that Tyson is well beyond his competitive prime, making it unlikely that he can reproduce the remarkable performances that once established him as one of boxing's most feared fighters. Critics likewise contend that if Mayweather had genuinely wanted to face Tyson in a meaningful contest, the best moment would have come years earlier, when both men were still at the height of their careers and physical abilities. Instead, the timing indicates that the event is intended to take advantage of their fame, legacies, and enormous star appeal, while attracting huge audiences and producing significant financial returns.
About this, who looks at it now and says he's 50-0? A generation, the first generation of boxing fans who don't box. Tattoos all over. You will shoot somebody down for $1, right? You will play around and beat up a bum who's drunk out of his mind so you can put it on YouTube, right? But you won't put on the gloves. You won't go to a local gym and put on the gloves. And you have killed boxing. You have killed something that saved me from a life of being a victim. Okay? You have done it. And you have destroyed boxing in such a way, Floyd Mayweather fans and Floyd Mayweather. You have destroyed boxing in such a big...
Although Mayweather and Tyson continue to stand among boxing's biggest legends, analysts warn that their matchup could provide very little genuine value in terms of technique, strategy, or meaningful competition. The event may certainly excite fans who want to watch two legendary figures step into the ring together, but the emphasis is expected to be more on entertainment and spectacle than authentic boxing ability. Observers believe the attraction will mainly come from nostalgia, excitement, and publicity rather than the seriousness of a competitive fight, further emphasizing the financial reasons behind the promotion. Ultimately, the matchup appears to be more of a business-driven spectacle than a legitimate sporting contest, placing revenue, attention, and legacy ahead of competitive credibility and elite athletic performance.
A minute against a prime Mike Tyson. Okay? Against a prime Mike Tyson. But what Mike Tyson are we looking at today? We're looking at a very old man who has abused his body, who has bad knees, right? Who is a lot slower, okay? And after 2 rounds, he's done. He's an old man. Now, when you have a style like Mike Tyson, where everything you do, you being great, depends on speed because you're short. You understand? See, Mike Tyson could never do what George Foreman.
At the same time, some analysts encourage fans not to assume that Mayweather is coming back only because of money. They point out that for many fighters, boxing goes far beyond business. It becomes a lifelong passion and a major part of who they are. For someone like Mayweather, the excitement of entering the ring, experiencing the adrenaline, and feeling the energy surrounding a fight can be just as powerful motivation as a financial reward. These commentators believe his return could be influenced by a sincere love of boxing and the unique emotions that come with competing, rather than simply the pursuit of another payday.
Floyd Mayweather, one of the few names in boxing that still somehow matters because there are very few of them, comes out of retirement at 49 years old. We're assuming, right? Everyone's assuming he needs money, right? Nobody goes back into the game of possibly being hit and embarrassed in front of people simply because they love boxing a great deal at the age of 49.
He's probably incredibly confused why someone keeps selling his mortgages. He probably has a dozen homes and 36 different people holding his mortgages lately. That's why he's fighting.
It's the price of blow pops that has brought him back into
I'm sure all of it.
Fighting.
And he doesn't look, from where I was sitting over the last 20 years, didn't seem like he was like super fiscally responsible. This is the least surprising thing ever.
Well, you say it's the least surprising thing.
They argue that Floyd Mayweather's return should not automatically be viewed as something driven entirely by financial gain. In their view, boxing represents far more than a career for fighters who have reached legendary status. It becomes a passion, a lifestyle, and a core part of their identity that can remain long after they officially retire. Stepping back into the ring gives athletes an opportunity to rediscover the focus, excitement, and fulfillment that only competition can create. For Mayweather, sharing the ring with a famous opponent such as Mike Tyson could allow him to experience once again the pressure and excitement of performing at the highest level, something that money alone cannot provide. Even though these exhibitions can offer enormous paychecks, the analysts emphasize that the emotional connection to boxing, the competitive challenge, and the chance to interact with fans and the wider boxing community may be just as meaningful. Fans should therefore also consider the possibility that personal satisfaction and Mayweather's lasting passion for the sport are helping motivate his return.
You say it's the least surprising thing ever, but can you, Jeremy, just look up for me, okay, the amount of earnings that we're talking about here? Because while athletic money being blown is a bit of a cliche, there are very few athletes ever who have made the kind of money that Floyd Mayweather has made. And because he's the best in the history of pay-per-view at making sure that the money ends up in his pocket. He is, or has been, a businessman as an athlete that almost doesn't have a peer because he owns all his own stuff as an independent. Your spending has to be so fiscally irresponsible to lose the amount of money that Floyd Mayweather has lost that it is almost beyond anything that is reason. It's not merely fiscal insanity. It's something that doesn't make any sense to me.
That brings us to the end of today's video. Stay tuned for more.